Ghana. This is Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy and I'm happy to come to your homes. Tonight, a man came in with his confession. A big story, and we're excited to give him the help that he needs. People, I'm glad to have you here with me in the studio, and we're going to bring in the counselor and we're going to make good this conversation or confession by the gentleman. Tonight is going to be another amazing one of the out of the world stories. I'm old myself. Coming to the studio with us. He says that he has a confession. He erred, but his trust has been betrayed. They had a gentleman's agreement, and this man doesn't want to keep his word. He's frustrated, he's unhappy, his life is going down the drain. I can only offer my ears to him. My gentleman, you're welcome to Confessions.
Thank you very much, Miss Nancy.
I'm here and I want to listen to your story, your confession.
I don't even know where to begin. My life is at the crossroads right now. And if this comes out, my life is pretty much over. I want to give you a backstory for you to understand how we got here.
Okay.
I'm currently married, but this is my second marriage.
Okay.
To cut the long story short, the reason why my first marriage didn't work out is that after a while, there were no kids coming.
Okay.
And so we went to have our checkups and we found out that the problem is from me. And because of family pressure, especially from my wife's family, we said the best way would be to call it quits.
Okay.
And so we divorced. Fast forward, I met this amazing, beautiful woman. She changed my life's perspective.
Oh.
And she made me want to try again. And I was hoping that a miracle would happen this time around with this marriage. However, I didn't mention to her that I had a problem with infertility. I can perform, but my bullets can't kill.
Okay, so you're able to, you're potent.
I'm potent.
But your sperm
but
is not fertile.
I don't produce any sperm at all. So when we went for the checkup, I have semen, I produce semen, but there's no sperm in my semen that can make the woman pregnant.
Okay.
And so,
sorry about that.
Thank you. And so in order not to lose my second wife and go through all that I went through during my first marriage, I have a friend who wasn't well to do.
Okay.
He was actually one of my workers.
Okay.
I have a number of companies.
Okay.
And so I spoke to him and said, I want him to sleep with my wife, to impregnate her. And so during our anniversary, our wedding anniversary, we got some drinks. And my wife is not a heavy drinker.
Okay.
And so she, got drunk and intoxicated. And so I invited my friend over and he slept with my wife and got her pregnant.
You called a young man that works for you, who you were close to, to come in and sleep with your wife. And when you said it, he said, yes, I will. I mean...
Because I promised him to take him abroad once my wife is pregnant. I promised him a better life. Okay. Because, relocating someone from Ghana is not a problem for me.
Of course.
So I bought him a house in the States, set up a business for him there, and so he agreed. He just jumped at the opportunity.
Of course.
So in return, he never has to return to Ghana, and he never contacts my wife or my family ever again.
So were you there when he was doing it?
I was in the living room whilst he was with my wife in the bedroom.
Oh my God. You couldn't bear to see him do it.
And now here's the problem.
Your wife got pregnant?
My wife got pregnant.
Awesome. Had a baby girl, boy?
Beautiful baby boy.
Awesome.
So smart. And the funny thing too is that he looks so much like my wife.
Oh, great.
That you can't really tell that, okay.
Of course, you didn't serve him.
You wouldn't doubt
that it's
doubt
your
it.
child.
And I made my wife agree with me that we only want to have one child so we can take really good care of the child, and she agreed. But now, my worker/friend is back in the country. And
For a
he
vacation?
called me. No, he's come back to settle because he says he's made all his money and he wants his child back.
The gentleman says he's now all right.
He's now
so he wants
okay.
to take your child.
And now he wants his child. And my wife doesn't know about this.
Did he ever get married himself?
He did not.
And he doesn't have a child of his
He
own?
doesn't have a child of his own. I don't know what happened to him, but for some reason, he doesn't have a child of his own, and he's now back, and he wants to take his child, my child. And he turned 6 just a few weeks ago.
6 years.
Yes.
And he's always called you daddy.
He's always called me daddy.
always known me to
When
be
he
daddy.
looks at you, he smiles at you, does your heart not skip a bit that this is not mine, but or you've accepted in your spirit and
When
soul
I see
that
him, I see my child. I don't see my friend, because this is the boy that I've raised. When he was birthed, I was there, and I've taken him to be mine. And I will not allow this guy to take everything away from me.
Onipa bribi ene ne waye ne ye. You may not have served the child, but you can love him or her indeed as your own. This is quite a confession, quite a story. I cannot wait to get into the studio with my audience and then my counselor. Let's have this conversation. It's important.